Let me share a secret with you. The cheapest, most protein-rich source for all vegetarians. This is soya chunks. But this doesn't come without any controversy. The internet today and lots of reports are saying that these may have a lot of pesticide residue or some kind of dirt or chemical particles which are not good for the body. But if we understand there is no food in the world which comes without these kind of pesticide residues, but it has to be within the safe limit. So these are really good for health. Actually, if you talk about the protein quantity, which is the number which is also a controversy, this could be better than chicken if you look at the numbers of dry soy. So if you compare, say 100 grams of soya chunks in dry form will give you about 52 grams of protein. But that's not how we consume them. We rinse them, we soak them, we boil them, and then we add it to some kind of masalas. So when you see wet form or the one which has absorbed 100 grams of cooked soya could give you about 18 to 90 grams of protein, which is still very, very high. Now, another problem, people get concerned about hormones. Someone who may have a thyroid issue will worry that, it could affect their thyroid hormones or they should be avoiding eating them. But if you take your thyroid medication 30 minutes before any intake of food or water, which is ideally the case for any other food as well, you could still have soya in your diet. Also, you just have to be mindful of the quantities you consume. So take it for lunch, take about 100 grams, and that's going to be totally fine. Now, men get concerned that they may have more of estrogen and it could be competing or blocking testosterone production. That is also a myth. This does not raise the estrogen, does not give you man boobs or gynecomastia. So those things are completely supported by science and a lot of research that soya is a great source of protein, be it men and women, especially after menopause. So let's see how we prepare them. I want to talk about rinsing them, cooking them, maybe adding some boiling water to it to remove any kind of pesticide residue or some, kind of dust or particles which happen while processing and packaging any food. So let's go to that. How am I going to rinse them first of all? Add more water and give it 2 or 3 nice rinses. Next step is we are going to boil them for 5 to 7 minutes. While it's boiling, let me tell you something. If you eat about 100 grams of soy chunks, well prepared, well washed, and you add it to a sauce, a wrap which is made with oats or some kind of little bit besan or jowar, you could prepare a nice batter. I have these wraps and tortillas with me and I'm going to assemble one roll with you right now here. It could become an excellent source of protein which feeds your muscles right after an intense workout. And in fact, most Indians are so deficient in their protein quantity. So this is something you could do time and again. But yes, one thing that you should be very mindful of is that switch your protein sources every day. Do not stick to one kind of food for, most of your days. The variety is what keeps your gut microbiome happy. The more healthy the gut bacteria are, the better they get to eat a variety of, say, vegetables, protein, and all kind of sources. The better your immunity is, the better your health overall is. Mood, your immune system, your nervous system, everything. Gut, I feel, is the foundation of good health. So we are trying to tackle protein through this recipe here, which we are going to start preparing in a bit. Now, you see how nicely they are getting cooked. This also removes the raw fragrance or smell of soy, which could bother some people. So boiling is a very helpful step. You should definitely incorporate this while you're preparing some soya. Okay, soya chunks are already boiled. I'm going to take them off the flame and we are going to remove this excess water. These are really hot right now, so please be careful when you're dealing with them. I'm going to rinse them through some cold water and then I'm going to leave them. While they are cooling here, let's prepare some masala with tomato, onion to make it tasty and delicious. So let them cool here. Okay, while my soya chunks are getting dried up, I am going to start preparing the sauce. You want to eat something?
No.
Healthy?
Yes.
Yes, I knew it. Okay, it'll be ready by the time you come back from class, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye. I'm using just a teaspoon of olive oil. Keep it on low flame and we'll start cooking a little onion, a little ginger also, a little pepper, and red chili. I love it spicy, so just adding chili as per my taste. I'm gonna cook the onions properly. If you wish to, you could also add a little turmeric. Let's add the tomato paste to this. The aroma which you get in an Indian kitchen, oh my God. The spices are just unbelievably so delicious. No wonder the world loves Indian curries. So that is something I'm trying to create here. Let the onions and tomatoes cook nicely so the raw, very tangy flavor of tomato goes off and it's very well cooked. So here we are. It's gonna take a few minutes and we'll be ready. I like to add a little bit of peppers as well to this for flavor and for some crunch. So I'm going to put those as well. Here comes the yellow peppers. And let's keep cooking it. While my sauce is cooking, let me talk to you about my tortilla wrap. Now this is made with oats, a little bit of jowar flour, and we have blended it together with water. And of course, I've added some spinach to it and some beetroot to it, hence the color. These are simply rollable, easy, and you prepare them like pancakes. You can keep them pre-made in your kitchen before the dinner time. So it's very easy just to assemble your sauce, the filling with some veggies, and it's ready to go. This is still cooking. Let's go and check out on these soya chunks. Now they are ready and cooked, soft, and we have to just squeeze out the water really well. One final rinse in cold water. And let's see, when we squeeze these soya chunks, all this water comes out and they become literally dry. Why I like to do this is because if they keep the water inside them, they will not absorb my gravy or the sauce or the masala that I'm cooking. And I like them when they are juicy with the sauces and not just water. So let's squeeze them out nicely and keep them ready to be added to our sauce. Okay then, my soya chunks are also ready. Masala looks pretty much ready to go. Adding the soya chunks, and now we'll let them cook together. I'm going to add just a little water for the gravy to get absorbed into these. Let's add a little hot water to this. This is my pre-prepared hot water. Let's keep this on low flame and cook for a few minutes. While we are doing that, we can prepare our tortilla. Let's prepare the first recipe with our soya chunks and masala. So this is my oats and jowar base tortilla, which is soft like a pancake. I'm going to add a little bit of green chutney. This is hunkered mint and coriander. This is what gives that punchy, spicy, yummy, tangy flavor to this roll. So this is here. I love adding lettuce. This gives that fresh crunch, and purple cabbage for the color and for the intensity of a cruciferous vegetable which this brings in, and it is super healthy, to be honest. Okay, so we have all prepped up. Now we're just waiting for our soya masala to be ready. I'm going to check in on that in a moment. We to kind of become more perfect, a little dry, so it's easy to roll up in our tortilla. Waiting for it to happen. So these are my cooked soya masala chunks, and I'm adding them to my wrap here now. Let's make this nice roll. And your roll is simply ready. so delicious, so delicious. Go for it, guys. Okay, guys, so you saw how we prepared this soya chunks masala, and now I have the second recipe for you, which has a little bit of quinoa. If you're not in for a roll or wrap on one of your evenings or your lunches, we simply have to add some veggies and quinoa to this. It's so interesting. So I'm gonna add a little purple cabbage to this to make it more nice and crunchy. And I have some more green peppers, a little bit of red peppers. And now this is the interesting part, quinoa. Quinoa is a vegetarian, rather a vegan source of protein. It has a complete protein profile. It has all the 9 amino acids, which are the building blocks of muscles in our bodies. So this becomes a complete meal for you. With the combination of soya, this is even yummier. Let's all mix it up together. And we are done. And ready.